I am the living legend of hair loss, the true alpha male. Let's consider this. I went through all the comments that I had received after I introduced my zero guard on the sides and the back and what at the time was a number 2 on top by default, just because I hadn't cut it in a couple weeks. I looked at the comments that I received. Pure positive. I mean, so many positive comments came in, and that's great and that's awesome. I think it's almost ironic that this is not an intended hairstyle for me. I'm not trying to make this a thing. This is only a transition for me as I'm growing out, after a couple of months of doing a 0 or number 1 guard all over. All this is to help me transition into growing my hair longer to more of a normal hairstyle. All this is a transition. But I think as far as praise for this, I think here's really where we should assign it. Compared to a year and a half ago, the last time I grew out a number 1 or 0 guard buzz cut all over, I waited weeks until I had a shape up. And then finally, yeah, it looked good, but this time I didn't wait. And I mean, that's something I've learned from these videos and from all these experiments. I have actually learned, I'll put it this way, I really dreaded growing out my hair after I buzzed it off, just because I know how bad and awkward it can look for, in theory, 2 months. But I feel that this time around, I didn't really get into that territory, because by the time I was basically a number 2 all over, number 2 guard, I just did the 0. And specifically, I had, and I like this, and I think I'll do this every time that I do the 0 guard as it's grown out, is that I had a clean shaven face, so that in theory there was no even sideburns to worry about, because it was all zeroed out. And with a clean shaven face, I think this definitely works into a good situation. Now, who knows, I may shave the beard off after I shoot this video, for all I know. The stubble thing doesn't matter, but what I'm saying is, from a 0 guard, if you do a clean shave from there, I think it naturally kind of transitions into a natural situation where it's less obvious that I'm in a transition with this hairstyle. But I do just want to camp out on the concept for a moment that when you take one video of me introducing a new look, because that's what I'm constantly doing month after month, it would come pretty close as far as the number of positive reactions I've got from this transition haircut. And so to put in perspective, that's also in true competition with me having the videos where I showed the big thick beard I had there for a while. That compares from the time where I shaved off all of my hair, and that compares to even a while back when I did the modern college cut where it's the disconnected part. I mean, that's been a while, but it's funny because all I'm really doing is just introducing a new look, and I'm getting so much positive feedback saying, that's the best look on you, that's the best look on you. And it's funny because I keep hearing, that's the best look on you, no matter what the look is, as long as I introduce it. So the positive takeaway for you is, if I can make this the best look, even though this is just not even a real thing right now, just a transition hairstyle, if I can make that work for me with the receding hairline and having thinner hair on top, imagine what it can do for you. Imagining that most of you, and this is a fact, most of you have more hair than me in theory, as far as you have a more straight across hairline and you have more density up here. Most of you don't even have a receding hairline that are watching. You're only watching my videos, well, what if I end up being in his situation by the time I'm nearly 40, what would I do? Well, I'm sharing hope with you, because to have received so many positive comments and so much positive reaction from a simple transition hairstyle with this hairline, if you're in a better situation than me, then there's still a lot of hope, because you can make a lot of looks still work despite the hairline, which is arguably a Norwood 2.5 with some thinning. So there you go. Thank you for all your positive feedback, but ultimately I reflect that back to you thinking, but I'm providing hope for you as well. If I can make this my best look when it's not even a look I'm trying for, then it can only get better in theory. Your comments belong right here.